How's it going, everybody? Happy New Year. Hope you guys had a great 2019, and I hope 2020 is even better, and hopefully even better for us Call of Duty fans. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to increase your chances on getting high kill games, and more importantly, how to start racking up tactical nukes, whether you have none or a few. Either way, I believe this walkthrough should help in increasing your chances. First things first, most important thing that you need to have, which is entirely on you, is just having the patience to get a nuke. I tend to lose some of that about 6 games in where I get fatigued or frustrated, so just believe in yourself and don't let dying by a tank on a 29 kill streak get the best of you. Yes, I am a victim of that multiple times. Now I know that everyone has their own playstyle, whether you like to run and gun, camp in certain spots, snipe, raid spawns, etc. But I'm going to tell you that having one specific playstyle will make it very difficult to even get a nuke, or get a lot of kills for that matter. My preference, and I'll show you in the gameplay, is flank flags, attack, and slowly retreat. Now, sometimes I change it up, it just depends how the game's going, but usually that's how it is. But onto the guns and attachments. So for this video, I'd like to focus on ARs, and I'll go over 2 ARs, one of them being a more commonly used AR in the M4, and the other one being a very powerful and slower AR in the SCAR. Now this might not be popular, but in my opinion, there's no gun really that's more OP than the rest. That is one thing about this game that has impressed me the most, that the guns are very balanced. Of course, you can't go wrong with an M4, AK, or an MP5. However, I use pretty much the same attachments for every gun class. To go back on game style though, your gun attachments have to match your playing style. So how do I match my attachments with my playstyle? Well, let's go to the M4 and the SCAR, and I'll show you another video later on LMGs and SMGs. So attachments that I never waste space on are lasers, optics, and perks for any gun besides snipers. In my opinion, optics are a waste of attachment because it just reduces your ADS speed, and I see it more as a cosmetic than really aim assistance. You can see perfectly fine with any weapon's iron sight, trust me. So to match my playstyle, I prefer having quick ADS depending on the gun and staying a little more silent. I'll use the M4 as my first example because that and the Kilo are the most standard ARs. So to start off with muzzles. The monolithic suppressor belongs on most ARs except the SCAR, AK, and the Odin because they're already heavy damage with low ADS. So these regular ARs need higher, long, and mid-range damage. No barrel on this one because these guns have low recoil, and I want to focus on ADS speed and mobility here because those attributes match my specific playstyle with this gun type. So we'll skip barrel, laser, and optic of course. Onto stock, I'm using the forged tack for speed and mobility, and the same idea goes with the grip with the stippled grip, or stippled, however you want to pronounce it. This way I'm playing quicker than most enemies, and it helps with close range battles and people using SMGs. For fast shooting guns like this, I prefer ammo mags, but I'm using the minimum mag so I don't have to sacrifice too much ADS. And lastly, we need some sort of recoil control that doesn't interfere too much on mobility, so I'm going to go ahead and use the range on this one because it helps with my control the most. For the SCAR, I'm going to show you the attachments only instead of having to explain it, just to keep the video shorter. So just go ahead and pause the video and take a look. Now on to secondaries. So I prefer to always have a sniper as my secondary. Almost all my nukes have involved a high dosage of sniper kills, so have overkill equipped as your perk 1. For attachments, of course, it's best not to try to be a quickscoper when going for high kills or for tactical nukes, so use power over speed on this gun class for the most part. Like most of my guns, I'm using the monolithic suppressor for damage range. The ADS is really not that important to me here. So for barrels, I'm also going to use a heavy barrel with the 32 inch because nothing is worse than shooting someone with a 50 cal and getting a hit marker. Even with these attachments, you're still going to get that issue, but of course, it's better than having a 17 inch and having to shoot them twice. Most of the time. Of course, no laser, no optic, so we're gonna move on to the stock. I mix between the Sin Guard Assassin and the Marksman on this one because it is important to get your shot off in time when you see someone. Same goes for the grip. I prefer the granulated for at least some aim stability, but the stippled grip is, I've used it plenty of times, so go ahead and choose either one. Lastly, go with a fully loaded perk here. I tend to run out of bullets very quickly when I'm using snipers, and I don't like wasting ADS speed on higher mag, so just start off your life with the max ammo instead. Now I want to move over to perks, lethals, and kill streaks. If you're watching this video and you're specifically looking for high kill advice, then go ahead and use kill streaks. However, if you're here for tactical nuke advice, then I would avoid kill streaks. Of course, it's definitely not impossible to get one with kill streaks, it's just more efficient to use specialist streaks instead. Quickly before I get to perks though, if you're using kill streaks, then you have to get on the Harrier, Pavlo, and AC-130 trio. If I did that enough, I'm positive I'd have multiple 100 plus kill games, but I rarely ever use kill streaks, so I've only accomplished this accolade once. And of course, if you're doing that, turn on kill chain, makes it a lot easier than getting all gun kills. The best thing to do with those kill streaks is to use them one at a time. Basically just try to avoid calling in a Harrier and Pavlo together, otherwise they're not being used to their maximum efficiency. Just don't overlap kill streaks to the point where you're having 2 Pavlos to call in because the first one's going to get cancelled out. I digress. Onto perks. Like I said, have overkill as your first perk to increase your range of attack with a sniper. But for our second perk, I'm using Hardline because when you're using Specialist, you get a perk for every 2 kills up until you get to an 8 kill streak, which gives you every perk including fast reload from the weapon perks. I'm not sure if the other weapon perks come along with it, but sleight of hand is the most important anyways. And for my last perk, the third perk, I love using Tracker. In my opinion, this perk is almost cheating. It's the most OP perk I've ever seen, and I don't know why it's in the game the way it is. I definitely think it should be nerfed where you can only see the steps when you shoot an enemy, like in Blackout with Bloody Tracker. Either way, take advantage of it while you can, I guess. Now, if you've never used or heard of Specialists, you just go to perks and hit square if you're using a PS4. If you're on PC, well, just go to perks and figure it out. Now, which perks are we using for our first 5 kills? Because of the hardline, it takes literally 1 kill to get your 4th perk, 3 to get the 5th, 5 kills to get 6 perks, and then 7 kills to get all the perks. The best option for my game style here is to be as hidden as possible, because like I said, I flank a lot. So equip Ghost to stay hidden from radars and Cold Blooded to stay away from aircraft. And for that 6th perk, use whatever you prefer. I use EOD because I just love to die from claymores and tanks on kill streaks, but do whatever feels best as your 6th perk. Now on to lethals. This one's simple, just put on the claymore and have your back covered. I know we all hate people that use claymores, but it's honestly the best strategy to watch your back, so just activate that. And then for tactical, use the stim because when you're attacking people head on, you're gonna want to heal yourself and then get right back into the action. Finally, let's go ahead and put these guns to the test. I'll show you all an idea of how to control certain flags in specific areas, also how to move around when you're trying to spark up a streak and switching locations. This game was literally recorded right after I made this video, and I actually nuked the game before making this video with an Uzi on port, but either way you can watch my other nuke videos for more walkthroughs. Now on to the video. So first things first, I want to be in their spawn, kind of just run around.
Dude, how? I'm shooting you first. That makes no sense.
If you have too many teammates around you, try to get away from them because chances are they don't have ghosts.
Oh my god, again, I'm shooting you first. It does not make sense.
Fuck, my hands are sweaty. It's shit. What the hell's going on? It's like fucking up my aim. To your left, Kevin.
Yeah, I saw him.
Hold back for a second. Oh, I know. Go up there, Kevin. So I'm gonna have my teammate go up there instead, have him distract, and then I'll go back to the other side.
Oh my god, there's so many people in B, dude.
Yeah, I see.
God damn it. And
Here's a nice little technique to get up here. If you don't want to take the ladder, just use that. They never put a claymore over there because they don't expect it. Damn it, fucking tank. Oh, my hands are so sweaty right now. I hate it. Yeah, I don't know why.
Bro, that's so
So now that I'm at 18, I kind of just want to stay in the same spot. I think I lose my patience in a bit though and go back to D. Fuck, man, sweaty as shit. It'll fuck me over at any moment. So I'm gonna go to D right now because B is getting contested, and from what I could see, B was pretty empty. So going to this side of C was the best idea, just so I can get more kills and I can stay hidden. However, it was very early in the game, so I didn't need to do this, but I had the confidence to just stay in there and rack kills. I think I ended up staying in here for the rest of the game just because it's safest and I have my back covered with Claymore. So yeah, this game was mostly a flank their spawn, retreat, flank their spawn again, stay put, retreat, and camp. I get real lucky right there. I think these next two kills come pretty easily. I got a nuke.
the fuck.
Yeah. Should I call it in? Or should I wait?
Yeah.
That's 2 in a row. Yeah, so the game before this was like 2 hours ago. 2-hour break. Yep. I was on port with that Uzi.
You bastard.
Someone actually messaged me after this game, thought I was boosting, but they can watch this video and see that I wasn't. Wow, my hands were literally out of the shower that game.
Exceptional. This is who we are.
So there you have it. A good amount of this gameplay gets improvised, but I always have the same flank routes and timing is everything. But regardless, I focus on specific areas depending on the way the game is going. Now I hope this guide helped you guys out, and again, if it works for you, please let me know in the comments. It'd be great to see these come in handy, and if you like my YouTube videos, then come check me out on Twitch. My name is Samurai_D, and I'll leave a link in the description down below for that. Thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time.